Welcome back to the Dr. Des Show. This is episode 4, all about why I didn't go to med school. So did I not get in? What happened? Did I drop out of college? Clearly not, because I got a doctorate. But we're gonna talk all about it today. So since I was a kid, I've always thought I'm going to med school. Specifically, I wanted to be a pediatrician. Like literally just growing up, that's what I would be for like the, what do you want to grow up and be day at school, or I forget the name of it, but I would have my little white lab coat, and I was literally in programs in high school and college basically designed for me to go to medical school, right? Literally, I was gonna go to Florida State Medical School. It's all gonna be gravy, right? Listen, y'all, when I got to college, when I got to Florida State, now let me tell you this, before I got to Florida State, I actually came in college with a lot of college credits already because I did dual enrollment in high school. Now, if anybody got a little sister, you got a kid about to go to, going to high school, I don't know if they still do AP classes, but do dual enrollment classes versus AP classes, okay? Because especially if y'all got a community college down there, it's just a whole better scenario, okay? Look into dual enrollment instead of AP, because AP you got to take a whole exam. It's like if you don't pass the exam, you can still pass the class, you just won't get college credit. But with dual enrollment, you literally pass the class, you get college credit. It was the best of both worlds. But I walked into Florida State with about probably like a little over 50 college credits. Anybody knows that means I'm like literally walking in the end of my sophomore year basically as a freshman, okay? So that put me in a predicament. One, because now I'm getting thrown into pre-calc, and listen, your girl is not a math genius, nor have I ever been, okay? Reading and comprehension was my thing, all right? But I say that to say, like, right, I got thrown into the math classes, I got thrown into orgo, I got thrown into all of these classes, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, like, I think that when I first got to Florida State, I got thrown into Gen Chem 2 because I had already took Gen Chem 1 at the community college at home. And I got thrown into Gen Chem 2, and I remember sitting in the class and thinking, oh my God, like all of these students talking about they learned this in high school. Like, what high school y'all went to? Listen, y'all, when I tell you about my high school, y'all know now, I'm from a small town, Madison County, Florida, all right? When I took chemistry class in high school, probably my junior year, we got a letter in the mail. I will never forget this. We got a letter in the mail, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically that letter said, hey, this guy is not qualified to teach chemistry, but he is the best we got, so this is what we gonna do. I said, wow, okay. So that is how I learned chemistry, guys. But I say that to say, like, I didn't go to Florida State, and now I'm in classes with people who literally learned this in like 9th grade, and I'm just struggling to get it. I'm struggling. I ended up dropping Gen Chem 2, I think it was Gen Chem 2, or was it Orgo? I don't know. It was one of them. I dropped it because I went to office hours, and it all was gibberish to me. I was trying so hard. Office hours didn't help. Literally, the professor said, yeah, you might want to just drop this class. I said, okay. So I dropped the class, and here I am. But I ended up retaking it, and I did pass it, right? I passed probably with a C. I got a good amount of C's, right? The C's get degrees, and I got mine. All right, so undergrad was definitely a humbling experience, I will say. But taking those classes really kind of put that doubt in my mind of, I don't know if I want to go to medical school or not. Like, if I gotta do all of this, like, I don't know if this is for me, right? So granted, like, I love helping people, I was interested in science, but I just was not good at those classes. And now, like, I know, like, you don't have to be good at those classes to go to med school, right? They're weed out classes. Basically, the classes are meant to weed you out, all right? So you just got to take them. You got to get a study ethic. And I guarantee you, honestly, if the mindset I have now was what I used back then, like if I was to go through and take those classes again, I have no doubt in my mind that I would get A's in them. Because now I have a foundation. Now I understand things a little bit better. Now I actually know how I study. So those things, I would have got through it, right? So going through, eventually I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm taking classes. I think when I first came in, my major was exercise science, or my major was biology when I first came in, right? I changed my major at least 3-4 times at Florida State, okay? I didn't know that was possible, but I did it. I was exercise science, I was biology, I was family and child science. I think even at one point I was psychology, okay? And I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that this was hard. Biology was hard. So I didn't want to keep doing that. So I kept kind of changing my major. Now, mind you, this is the girl coming in with all these college credits, top 10% of my class, and I'm struggling, okay? So if you're out there struggling in school, it's okay, my friend. We all struggle, all right? You are not alone, okay? So just get out your head. What you're going through is normal, okay? It is okay, and you will 100% make it through, because I did, and I'm on the other side. But I say that to say, like, I did all of that struggling, but while I'm doing it, I'm still taking classes and everything. So now I get to a point where I'm a junior, and I got all the credits I need, basically, and I could pretty much graduate. And I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I didn't want to go to med school. I didn't know. So I'm like, I don't want to graduate just yet. And plus, I don't want to graduate early and leave my friends. Like, I'm having a good time in college. College was a good time, y'all. This ain't what this episode about, but college was a good time. Let me know if y'all want an episode about Dr. Dez and her college days, because your girl was outside. But I say that to say, and I say that to say a lot. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't want to graduate early, and I wasn't ready yet, right? So that's why I ended up double majoring. A lot of people think, oh, Dr. Dez, you double majored in undergrad? Oh my God, you were so smart. Nah, my friend, I just didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, okay? And I came in with a whole lot of credits because I did dual enrollment, and I just did not know what I wanted to do with my life. That's why I double majored, all right? But I really enjoyed my family and child science classes. So, you know, in my head, I was like, man, if only I could merge like healthcare and family and child sciences, like that would be amazing. Now, I didn't know what public health was at the time, but that's basically a component of public health, right? I didn't know that at the time, but I just knew I really was drawn to my family and child science classes. So I ended up telling my aunt, God rest her soul. I told my aunt, like, yeah, auntie, I really like family and child science classes. Like, I'm really enjoying those. And she literally was on that phone with me. I remember this. I got in scholarship housing. So I was in scholarship housing through the Southern Scholarship Foundation at Florida State. I was in there, and I was in the parking lot on the phone talking with my aunt. Just walking around the parking lot. I cannot remember why I was outside. But she said, Desiree, what are you going to do with that degree? You're going to do social work, and you're not going to make any money. And da, da, da. When I tell you I boohoo cried after we got the phone, I boohoo cried because I already didn't know what I want to do. Now I feel like I kind of found something that I wanted to do. And now it's like, dang, you going to tell me I ain't going to make no money? Like, what am I going to do for real? So, you know, now I know that, like, no matter what you do, if you are passionate about what you do and you know the right people and got the right connections and can leverage your degrees, you can make money regardless of what you do. So if I would have did family and child science and I would have decided to go into social work, I guarantee you I'd be making money, all right? Because I don't settle. So, but that's the thing though, like, I just didn't know that at that time, okay? So fast forward to I'm graduating college, and I'm just like, all right, what's my next move gonna be? I did end up getting my medical assistant certification. So after college, I worked as a medical assistant for a while. And with that, like, I wasn't making a whole lot of money at all, right? I knew that I needed to go back to school. Now, I did not want to go to medical school. I still just didn't know. Even though I was working as a medical assistant, and I was working right underneath the doctor. And that doctor, he was like really awesome. Patients loved him. He was great. He was one of those doctors that he took time with his patients. So you had a long wait in the waiting room. So the patients would be mad at you as the medical assistant, and the nurses and stuff, they show attitude. But once they got in that room with him, oh, how you doing? Waiting is no problem. You know I don't mind waiting for you. But they just was nasty and rude to me earlier. Fake. But you know, we've all been there. But I say that to say, you know, I was working right up under him. I was scribing. I was, you know, doing all those things with him in the room with the patients. But I still just wasn't sure I wanted to go to medical school and be a doctor. So I decided to go get my master's in public health. Now, I didn't know what public health was when I decided to get a master's in it. I just knew it would look good on a medical school application. I knew it would look good there. So that is why I decided to do it. And once I got into the program at FAMU, I fell in love with public health. I realized this is what I've been looking for all along. Something that merges, you know, healthcare as well as like family and child science, so that behavioral health type aspect of things, like why people do what they do, like, and trying to help make changes. And then I was like, wow, I can affect hundreds of people at a time versus just one person at a time as a medical doctor. So that was exciting to me. So that is one of the reasons why I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. And because I already knew I wanted to be some kind of a doctor, I wanted to be a medical doctor at that point, you know, because I knew that, I knew I was gonna go all the way. So that's why I just literally went straight through and got my master's, and then right after my master's program, I started my doctorate in public health, and I have a DRPH, not a PhD. So DRPH is more practice-based versus a PhD is more research-based, right? Because I knew I wanted to practice in the field. So y'all, this is what I came to tell you guys. One, it's okay to pivot. It is okay to not know what you want to do as far as your career, as far as you may be in your master's program and still don't know what you want to do, right? You might be in your doctorate, and I hope if you're in your doctorate, you know what you want to do, because if you didn't know before you got a doctorate, I would have told you wait on getting that doctorate. But if you're in there and you don't know what you want to do, that is okay. You can still pivot, right? There's so many options you can do, especially like speaking to my public health people. There are so many things that we can do with our degrees. It ain't funny. We can work in tech, we can work in the biopharmaceutical industry, we can do patient advocacy, we can do research on user engagement for different technologies, things. Like, we can do so much with our degrees because they are broad, but they're specific at the same time, right? It just depends on what you want to do. So one of the things for my public health people, if you're not sure what you want to do in public health, I did create this free public health ideal career quiz. You take it, it's 10 questions, and it's actually fun, and you'll be able to get results of what your interests actually align with and get actual examples of job titles that you should think about applying for, okay? So I'm gonna drop that link in the show notes, so make sure that you take that. But just know it's okay to pivot. It is okay to not know what you want to do, because as long as you keep going, as long as you are consistent, you will figure it out along the way. Number 2, don't let comparison steal your joy, all right? Don't let what the next person is doing, this job that such and such guy, what they say they're doing over here, because you don't know, they could be miserable behind the scenes, which a lot of people are, all right? Don't let comparison steal your joy. Enjoy the process of what you're going through. Enjoy the journey, and don't compare yourself to others. If you need to take a social media break, take it. Deactivate that Instagram, deactivate that TikTok, deactivate the Facebook, and focus in on you right now, okay? Because you don't need all these other things filling your head when you're trying to get to that next level. That takes focus, that takes dedication, that takes mindset. So be intentional about your journey if you really want to see results, all right? Know that failure is not the end, okay? Just because you fail, and listen, y'all, I got a C in anatomy and physiology, had to retake it. I told y'all guys, I failed chemistry, like had to I dropped chemistry. I didn't fail it, I dropped it, had to retake it. But I did fail anatomy and physiology because the C was failing because it was one of my major courses. I had to retake it. Me and my friend Dominique had to retake it. And Dominique is a doctor of physical therapy now. So listen, we did something right, all right? So we may not have had all the answers then, but that doesn't mean that you can't still pivot, you can't still grow. Failure happens to everybody. Remember what I said in the last episode? Fail fast and keep going, all right? Don't be scared of failure. Learn that lesson from it and keep going, okay? And then this last thing, your worth is not tied to your title. I don't care if you meet somebody and they're our director, vice president of ABCD college. I don't care. Everybody at the end of the day is a person, right? Your worth is not tied to your title. Your worth is not tied to your title. Your worth is not tied to how many promotions you get, to the job you get, to the company you work at. No, your worth is not tied to that, okay? You are worthy regardless of what your title is, regardless of what job you have, regardless of where you go, regardless of if you failed that class or not. You are worthy, okay? So if you're listening and you are unsure about your path, I want you to know that it's okay. You're not alone. You can figure this out. It is okay 100% to not have everything figured out. you're not gonna have things figured out 100% every day all the time, especially if you are pivoting to a new career. You are trying to just pivot from anything. You're going from college to career, you're going from career to entrepreneurship, you're going from college to entrepreneurship, whatever. Whenever you pivot, it's okay to not know all the answers. Nobody does, okay? Dr. Dez don't got all the answers, all right? Nobody does, okay? But I want to encourage you that as long as you keep going on this journey, you will find the answers, all right? You will get the answers that you're looking for, and it'll be amazing. And in that, you'll also have a story to tell to motivate others, just like me when I failed my classes. So I say that to say, just keep going, guys. Keep going. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, because it was all about my journey within Florida State, my journey within just trying to navigate life, y'all, like life and career. Because listen, it was not easy, all right? Just kind of in college was not easy. It was a fun time, but it had its ups and downs, all right? And if y'all notice my little outfit today, I got on my Harry Potter. I wanted to wear my Florida State shirt, but I ordered a new one and it hadn't came in yet, and I needed to go ahead and record because listen, y'all, I got a 2-year-old. Ain't no telling when I can record again, okay? So I wanted to record, and I didn't want to wear an old Florida State shirt. I didn't want to wear my FAMU shirt because I wasn't talking heavily about FAMU today. So, you know, I said, you know, let's go to little witchcraft and wizardry, Harry Potter. If y'all don't know, I am 100% a Harry Potter fan. If I was on Harry Potter, I would definitely have been sorted into Gryffindor because I give main character energy, and it's just who I am as a person. Me and Harry would have been the best of friends. Harry, Hermione, Ron, all of them, we would have been kicking it. So but all right, y'all, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time you're listening to this. And all right, I will see y'all later. Bye.